Hello everyone, this is me Garima Singh. I hope you all are doing well. Today we will discuss about second unit of class 11 geography, that is the earth. In this chapter we will study about various terms like big splat. So the origin of the moon as a satellite of the earth is the result of big collision which is called the big splat. Then in this chapter here is about hypothesis given by Hoyle. So here gave concept of steady state. It considered the universe to be roughly the same at any point of time. However, with greater evidence becoming available about the expanding universe, scientific community at present favor argument of expanding universe. Then in this one we will study about dwarf planet. Then we will study about different stages of development of atmosphere, like in early stage the atmosphere with hydrogen and helium is supposed to have been stripped off as a result of intense solar winds. Then in the second stage, during cooling of Earth, gases and water vapor were released from interior solid Earth. Continuous volcanic eruption contributed water vapor and gases to the atmosphere. Then as the Earth cooled, the water vapor release started getting condensed. The third stage was the stage of photosynthesis. Then we this will study about degassing. So early atmosphere largely contained water vapor, nitrogen, all these things. So this chapter is all about. Let's move on to the solution part of this chapter, that is question discussion. Which one of the following figure represent the age of the earth? So it's B, 4.6 billion years. Then which one of the following has the longest duration? So it's eons. Then which one of the following is not related to the formation or modification of the present atmosphere? It's differentiation. Not related to formation or modification of present, it's differentiation. Then fourth is, which one of the following represent the inner planets? Planets without satellite. Then fifth is, life on Earth appeared around how many years before the present? So it's 3.8 billion. Then second question is, you have to basically answer in 30 words. First are, what are terrestrial planets rocky? What are the terrestrial planets rocky? It should be why. Why are the terrestrial planets are rocky? So terrestrial planets are rocky because the terrestrial planets were formed in the close vicinity of the parent star, where it was too warm for gases to condense to solid particles. And second is, the solar wind was most intense nearer the sun, so it blew lots of gases and dust from the terrestrial planet. And third is, the terrestrial planet are smaller and their lower gravity could not hold the escaping gases. Then second is, what is the basic difference in the argument related to the origin of the earth given by Kant and Laplace and Chamberlain and Moulton? So first by Kant and Laplace principle, the hypothesis considered that planets were formed out of a cloud of material associated with a youthful sun which was slowly rotating. According to this principle, which emerged in 1796, the interior of Earth must be gaseous because the Earth has originated from gas form. Then Chamberlain and Moulton. So Chamberlain and Moulton considered that a wandering star approached the sun. As a result, a cigar-shaped extension of material was separated from the solar surface. As a passing star moved away, the material separated from the solar surface continued to revolve around the sun, and it slowly condensed into planets. Later on, the argument considered of a companion to the sun to have been coexisting. This argument are called binary theories. Then third is, what is meant by process of differentiation. So starting from the surface to the central part, we have layers like crust, mantle, outer core, inner core. From the crust to the core, the density of material increases. This process of earth forming material got separated into different layers is called differentiation. Then, what was the nature of Earth's surface initially? So, the planet Earth initially was a barren, rocky, and hot object with a thin atmosphere of hydrogen and helium. Thus far from present-day picture of the Earth, it is said that in initial stage the Earth was in liquid form. Certainly, there must have been some event processes which have caused this change from rocky, barren, hot Earth to a beautiful planet with ample amount of water and conducive atmosphere favoring the existence of life. Then, fifth is what were the gases which initially formed the Earth atmosphere? So, hydrogen and helium were the gases which initially formed the Earth's atmosphere surface. The early atmosphere with hydrogen and helium is supposed to have been stripped off as a result of intense solar wind. This happened not only in case of birds but also in all the terrestrial planets, which were supposed to have lost their primordial atmosphere through the impact of solar winds. So during the cooling of the earth, gases and water vapor were released from the interior solid earth. Continuous volcanic eruption contributed water vapor and gases at atmosphere. It was the first stage of atmosphere development. Then third is answer the following question in 150 words. Write an explanatory note on Big Bang theory. So the Big Bang theory, also called an expanding universe hypothesis, Edwin Hubble in 1920 provided the evidence that universe is expanding. The galaxies move farther as time passes. It says that galaxies are moving away from each other. The universe appears to be growing larger. So Big Bang theory is in the beginning, all matter forming the universe existed in one place in the form of tiny ball with an unimaginably small volume, infinite temperature, and infinite density. Then, at the Big Bang, a tiny ball exploded violently. This led to a huge expansion. It is now generally accepted that event of Big Bang took place 13.7 billion years before the present. The expansion continued even to the present day as it grew. Seven some energy was converted into matter. There was particularly rapid expansion within fraction of a second after the bang. Thereafter, the expansion has slowed down. Within first 3 minutes from the Big Bang, even the first atom began to form. Then, within 3 lakh years from the Big Bang, temperature dropped to 4500 Kelvin and gave rise to atomic matter. The universe became transparent. Then the expansion of universe means increase in space between galaxies. An alternative to this was Hale concept of steady state. It considered the universe to be roughly the same at any point of time. However, with greater evidence becoming available about the expanding universe, scientific community at present favor argument of expanding universe. The next is list the state in evolution of Earth expanding stage in brief. So the Earth was mostly in a volatile state during its primordial stage due to gradual increase in density. The temperature inside has increased. As a result, the material inside started getting separated depending on their density. This allowed heavier materials like iron to sink toward the center of the Earth and the lighter one to move toward the Earth's surface. With passage of time, it cooled further and solidified and condensed into a smaller size. So this latter led to the development of the outer surface in form of crust. It is through the process of differentiation that the earth-forming material got separated into different layers. Starting from the surface to the central part, we have layer like crust, mantle, outer core, inner core. From the crust to the core, the density of material increases. So the origin of life is a kind of chemical reaction which first generated complex organic molecule and assemble them. This assemblage was such that they could duplicate themselves, converting in an inanimate matter into living substance. The record of life that existed on this planet in different periods is found in rocks in the form of fossil. The microscopic structure closely related to the present form of blue algae have been found in geological formation much older than some 3,000 million years. It can be assumed that life began to evolve sometime 30, 3,800 million years ago. These are the projects that you have to do by yourself, or you have to attempt by yourself. So various things you have to remember, like the nebular hypothesis given by Laplace, then collision hypothesis given by Sir James and Horler Jeffrey. So Big Bang theory is most widely accepted regarding origin of the universe at present. Then I have said big split and all those things. Degassing. Now I'll explain degassing. So the early atmosphere largely contained water, vapor, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, methane, ammonia, and very little of free oxygen. The process through which the gases were outpoured from the interior is called degassing. Then different hypotheses associated with formation of Earth is like nebular hypothesis given by Laplace, then collision hypothesis given by Sir James and Harold Jeffrey. Then accretion hypothesis was given by Schroer and Carl, and the Big Bang theory is given by Edwin Hubble. So you have in this chapter we discuss about various hypotheses related to the formation of Earth. So we even know about celestial body, then what are terrestrial planet. In the earlier atmosphere there was mainly hydrogen and helium. We have studied about this also. How did atmosphere originate? We studied that gases were released from Earth interior such as water vapor and other gases. There were water vapor, nitrogen, CO2, methane, ammonia, and little free air. The process of outpouring the gases from interior of the Earth is called degassing. The process of differentiation created the present atmosphere. Stars formed, Jovian planet, then who modified nebular hypothesis. 1950 Otto Schmidt in Russia and Corvus in Germany revised the nebular hypothesis to different in details. They considered that Sun was surrounded by solar nebula containing mostly the hydrogen and helium, which may be termed as dust. Then Edwin Hubble in 1920 provided with the universe expanding. With time passes, galaxies move further and further apart. So all this we have discussed in this Javian planet, terrestrial planet, outer planet, inner planet. Then how do life on Earth evolve, evolution of planet, various things we have discussed in it. So that's for today. In next class, basically next lecture, we will learn about next chapter.